I'd say you can blow it out.
I'd say it'll buff right out. Take an air nozzle to it. We'll be able to run that another 3 years. So it's another rainy day here. It's not currently raining, but it has rained a bunch, so we don't have semis out hauling chicken poop right now or anything like that. So I am going to start putting some of my tools and stuff in my combine here for this fall. That is the combine I ran last fall. It was a 9230 and it did have tracks on it. But we took those tracks from them 9230s and put them on these 9240s. Be running this 9240 that my grandpa ran all last year, which it should be about ready to go. It shouldn't need much just because we check them over really good in the wintertime when we get done with harvest. But it does look like it needs a new tailings sensor, because a lot of times those get hung up and then they don't, the little flappy deal don't go back down and they don't read right then. So I went ahead and threw some of my tools in the compartment on the side of the combine. And then got my little satchel here that I carry all my sections and stuff like that in, some wrenches to change it. But we don't have any new sections in for those FD 200 series MacDons. So still waiting on that. Probably not gonna put that in the cab yet, but we didn't put this stuff in the new combines. But Papa and some of them like carrying a 5-gallon bucket like this with their tools and wrenches in it in the cab. I carry a lot of stuff to the field in the morning, so I feel like it just clutters up the cab even more. So personally, I like putting all my tools and stuff in there. So the other day, they went ahead and greased my combine up for me. Made sure everything was greased, but I was just thinking about it. There's 2 grease zerks down under this cover. So you gotta grease like, I don't know, once a week or so. But I'm gonna say they probably didn't grease them, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I swear it never fails. Pick up a grease gun, always empty. Got that shield off. Went to grease it. Grease gun's empty. But, alright, here we go. So, let's see. There's a grease zerk right there. And then there's one on this roller. Yeah, there's one right there, and I don't think there's one on that side. Pretty sure there's not on one on that side. If there is, I have never greased it. Anyways, another thing we always like to make sure is greased is the chopper bearing. Because if you look at the greasing diagram here on the side of the combine, it says it only needs it every 100 hours. Well, back when we were running the 9120s, we were having trouble with the chopper bearings going out all the time, and they would start field fires and light combines on fire and stuff. So we just started greasing those on each side every other day or so, just a pump or two, and it seems to fix that. One thing we cannot live without is the stretchy deal for the 2-way. I'm gonna get that rig mounted right there. Brandon, it's gonna go right here perfectly.
Yeah, I just zip tied mine to there.
We're going for class.
Whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna take a screwdriver and put it right there. We're going for class, not zip ties and ratchet straps. So we pretty much got this rig ready to go. Got my 2-way mounted up, ready to yell at some cart tards. Got my tools that I can keep in the cab Need to clean it out before we start. It's a little bit dirty. But then I got a set of buggy whips that I mounted right here. Had them on my combine last year. We'll mount them on here. Got some lights that go around the seat, look pretty slick. I'll insert a picture. But we're greased up. Concaves I want are in. We're still waiting on this cab filter and this cab filter. So we just got to run to Bain & Welker and get them. But everything else is pretty much ready to go, it seems like, for the most part. I don't know what we got left on the other combine, but mine is ready to roll. So, got my arm up in the reclean of this combine. Pulling this sensor out because they get seized up and go junk. Kind of sucks, you don't have much room to work. YouTubing. Oh, that one's seized up good. So, there's your reclean sensor. The grain will push that up when you're running too much through the reclean, and that's supposed to just like fall back down. But as you can see, that's not really moving freely, so we'll grab a new sensor and throw on there. Alright, so here is a fresh one. This is how this is supposed to move. It's not supposed to be all stiff, so we're gonna get this thrown back up in here and fixed up good shape. So, last order of business here on the combine. We saved the best for last. So this mini fridge goes in my combine. Not naming any names, but somebody left some food in there over the winter, so that just has all kinds of nasty bugs and stuff on there. We've had it been soaking in bleach for a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and spray it out here with the water hose. Hopefully I don't totally junk the thing out by spraying it with water, but yeah, that definitely needs cleaned out. You can't put no food in that thing. So we got the lid for the mini fridge and the cooling component all tore apart here. The maggots or bugs or whatever the heck that was in there, we got all of those out. So now we're just gonna get all this cleaned nicely back up and then reassembled, and then we'll be ready to have ice cold energy drinks all fall along is the plan. All right, we got the rest of this rig to put together now. Only if it works now. I have no idea if it works because it was like fully submerged in water. So hopefully it works, or that would suck. And bada bing, bada boom, we got a mini fridge. That works. So overall, pretty good day in the shop working on combines. These 9250s, just about ready to go. We got the 2-ways wired up in them. Still waiting on an antenna for this one. My combine, it was already wired up for the antenna, or the 2-way since we ran it last year. So I just went ahead and found a 2-way, put in it, got my tools put in it, little stuff like that. Still got a couple things to do to it, but it's pretty much ready to roll. If we had to go to the field today, it could roll. Next combine down the line, that's another 9240. It's pretty well ready to go. We're still waiting on some parts for them FD200 series MacDon heads to put in them, some sections, guards, stuff like that. And then the one with its bin cover up down on the end, that's a 9230 that we are keeping. I think they're working on changing the chains on it, make sure the chains are good, make sure it's set to the right crop, had the right concaves in it and stuff. Oh, What are you still doing here? It's time to go home.